You have entered the Chronic's rabbit hole. Chronicans, I am very excited for the start of 2025, and we are starting with a banger. Very excited to have Chris Harms back on the channel, and we are doing his solo release, his first single called I Love You.
I love you too, honey. I can't wait to get into this. We love Chris Harms, and I can't wait to see his new single from his solo career. I love you. It has been way too long since Chris Harms has come down the rabbit hole. I am so excited to be back with this absolutely majestic artist. I can't wait to see this official video. It looks really cool from what I can see already. Kind of looking almost Tron-like, futuristic in a way. So I'm really excited for this. I can't wait to see what Chris Harms has in store for us for his first solo career single. And I hope you guys are as excited to get into this as we are.
And we found out the album is actually 1980. I think that's his birth year as well. And what a perfect way to start your career as a solo artist, because he's still obviously with Lord of the Lost. Awesome band too. But that's like almost like an autobiography for your first kind of album is what I'm thinking. And he's such a reflective person as well, as majestic as he is too. So this is going to be amazing. I love you.
But she didn't say it to my face. I wasn't there when she said goodnight. She said it to someone else. This should have been me. This could have been me. This would have been me if I wasn't afraid. This should have been you. This could have been you. This would have been you, but I chose to wait. Here's our story. Here's a blind, no happy ending, no lullaby. There ain't no glory, no hero, no knight, no dragon, no princess, no one in a fight. I go to sleep alone. Every night I wake with a stone where once was a heart. I said I love you at the graveside, with a sense of loss I can't replace. I'd give the world for another try. She'll never be here to tell. This should have been us. This could have been us. This would have been us, but now it's too late. Here's our story, here's our plight. No happy ending, no lullaby. There ain't no glory, no hero, no knight, no dragon, no princess, no one in a fight. I go to sleep alone. Every night I wake with a stone where once was a heart. She said I love you before she died, but I never got to bid farewell. I wasn't there when she said goodnight. Now she'll say it to no one else again.
Wow.
I do, I will.
Will he? Oh my God. Chris. Wow. I want to know what you're feeling because I really like. There's a theme that really hammered on for me. But how are you feeling emotionally in all this?
That is such a deep song. I know right at the very beginning of this, before we got into it, you had mentioned 1980 and that you thought this possibly could be like a almost like an autobiography kind of album.
Yeah, I'm assuming it's his birth
As
year.
an
I could be wrong.
assumption. And but it was definitely very 1980s at the beginning. Even the film style,
Those arcades,
everything, the arcades, almost with
even the
the
synthesizers and the music
synthesizers.
itself.
But with the samurai sword, I was getting almost like a very Kill Bill kind of style along with it
Oh,
as well.
nice. Okay.
So like it was very very cool. The katana, not the samurai sword. Sorry. And but then going into this with the lyrics, it's like I loved you then, but it wasn't me who you said I love you. It was someone else, the last person you said goodnight.
Yeah.
I knew we were there.
Powerful
And it
lyrics
could have
there.
been me, but I was scared.
Yeah.
But I loved you then, and I love you still, and I love you forever, but you'll never be able to say goodnight again. So like that is so it's so powerful, the story going between this, because it's almost what I kind of got from it was like the lost love of what could have been, but the fear of putting yourself out there, the fear of rejection, the fear of the commitment, the fear of just life and what can come from that. And so then you wait because of the fear, but then now that time can never come because it's past.
Absolutely. Well said, honey, because that's what I needed to hear from someone who thinks so abstractly. And that is kind of where I was going with it, too, because if you notice, and he was alone in every single image there.
Scene.
Every single scene he was alone, but it was almost like he was trying to do what he was playing in those arcades and stuff in real life.
Yes.
And it was that transfer from that fake reality of, like you said, being afraid of rejection and all that and missing the loves of your life because of that, which I know I've gone through that pain when I was growing up, where there was so many loves that I never received because I just never put myself out there, because I was playing alone and by myself, and having that katana alone on the field there too was such a powerful scene for me there, because that's really such an introverted artistic masterpiece.
It really
is. Was, and everything about it, you don't even need to really say it, because the isolation of going through that with Chris is part of, I think, the I love you is what he was hoping for, is that there were some people that were there in those moments as well.
Absolutely. And then when you're doing, like, I love what you said, it's an introverted masterpiece, because for all of us introverts in the world, when you're alone, you kind of reenact your imagination at times, be it, a fighting scene in your bedroom, or singing out like an idol, or whatever it is that you're reenacting to express your emotions or your pain or your joy or whatever it is.
Yeah.
We've all been there. We've all danced in the rain, but it's always in those moments of isolation when no one can see us.
Definitely.
And
where your truest self comes out all the time,
comes
right?
out.
Yeah.
And so when you're fighting through the pain of mourning and loss, while also fighting through the pain of, oh, I didn't make the choice to step out of that comfort zone, and now it's gone in that missed chance.
Yeah, getting out of your comfort zone gives you more love.
It gives you more love. And so, like, with the way that this was filmed in that isolation, like you mentioned, it also gives us, as the watchers who are experiencing this and hearing this music and going through this, to also relive those moments of isolation, love, and loss with Chris Harms, almost in a group setting individually.
Yeah. And for me, because I know I was attacked by the video game virus in a way, and I'm not completely negative towards video games. I love my video games.
Crawl up on these. That's probably death.
But you can then sometimes live through the video games and not real life, and I think that's also something that was being portrayed in there too, because even getting into the vehicle then brought back to like the old PlayStation game, and the vision got all changed there too.
The Tron and everything.
So it was so reflecting, and I know even Chris loves reaction channels because he loves to see what happens to the people during it as much. He isn't even a huge guy on reviews, so this song really was such a good song to bring
It
out
was.
real emotion and thought and contemplation, and it brought, I think, everyone back to the era of when they were feeling like that the most. And for me,
Yeah.
that was in the 2000s.
And this was, it really was in the 2000s for me as well. And this was such a good piece because you didn't want to pause it. Because
No,
you didn't want to just, like, you didn't want to stop the flow that was happening within this.
such a storyteller.
Such a storyteller. And, like, there were times where, like, even before I showed, like, I got goosebumps. I had goosebumps way before then, but it's like, you're almost frozen in time as you are when you're in this emotion with the music. You're frozen in time with the story that's happening, and it's such a beautiful piece. I can't wait to see what else is on this album, what's going to be coming
Absolutely.
through from 1980 with Chris Harms' single, because this was such a way to start an album.
It really is, and I was just trying to find out when this actually comes out, and I don't see exactly when it comes out.
Official store.
But definitely go support. He has amazing merch as well
Yeah.
for this, and y'all can let us know exactly when it comes out, because once it is there, we would love to know the whole story of 1980 and how Chris Harms became the person he is. I think we're going to learn it through this music and getting to see even his love for the arcade and stuff. That made me really excited too and brought me back into happy times.
It really did.
I hope you all enjoyed this reaction, and please go support Chris Harms with his endeavors. And if you did have a good time, hit the subscribe button too.
Thank you so much, everyone, for being here with us. This was such a treat to start 2025 with Chris Harms, with his new release. This is going to be such a treat to see everything coming out in the future. Peace and love, Chronicans.
God bless y'all.
Take care, and bye for now.
You made it to the end of the video. I want to say a special thanks to all of our members who've been supporting us for all of these years. And if you would like to get in a special request or support us, you can with our YouTube, Patreon, or Buy Me a Coffee memberships. Like to support the artist you just heard? Go up here.
Be like Slappy.